Helping from the Plus here, back in my video. Today we're going over the Five Nights at Freddy's Bonnie Endo series from Wave 1. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, in this set, you get Withered Bonnie and Original Bonnie and the classic FNAF 1 Endo with their pink eyes. In this video, we're going to be going over the box, the Endo, the Bonnie FNAF 1 suit, the FNAF Withered Bonnie suit, and we're going to go from there. Alright, to start off with the front of the box, as you can see here, you have Endo Series, Classic Bonnie and Withered Bonnie Collector Figure, Cam 4A, U, Glowing Eyes, Snap-on Endo Pieces, includes Endo 01 and character parts. In this set included, you get Bonnie, the FNAF 1 Bonnie Endo, and FNAF 2 Withered Bonnie. You have the edgy red lighting Freddy on the left side, Five Nights at Freddy's, 8+. Then going on the top, you have Freddy Fazbear, Five Nights at Freddy's. Then on the left side, you have Freddy and some more window parts, the instructions, and the same is on the opposite side of the box as well. On the back, you have Five Nights at Freddy's Endo 01 Bonnie, includes pieces for two characters. You have Freddy Fazbear, Get Them Before They Get You, Endo Series, Classic Freddy, Classic Bonnie, Classic Chica, Classic Foxy. Then the open tab on the bottom. Alright, now we got a trusty dusty X-Acto so I can get this opened up. And before I get into that, be careful with this blade. This is very, very sharp. It's very, very sharp. It can hurt you really, really bad if you're not careful. And yeah, just ask for a parent's permission if you want to use an X-Acto. Okay, now into the video. So unboxing Bonnie now. I think I got it. Unboxing Bonnie out of his plastic prison. Oh, it's on the sides too. Give me one sec. Alright, now onto the floor. We have the Five Nights at Freddy's Bonnie Endo series. We're going to take them out of the package. We're going to get the Endo out to review. Then after that, we're going to move on to Bonnie. FNAF 1 Bonnie, if I can get this out correctly. But yeah, we're unboxing Bonnie. As you can see here, we're almost done. I just gotta lift this up. I know how to build Bonnie. It's pretty simple. So this is a version 2 style of packaging. Instructions are still the same. I didn't go over what's in the box, but you do have like a very nice, just a simple, very nice, looking box with the disco ball inside the FNAF 2 pizzeria. Yeah, that's practically it. Now let's get the topper off, and then we'll get on to the Endoskeleton, and we'll move on to, the other stuff. Alright, this seems to be a lot tighter than usual, because originally it wasn't this, tight, honestly. Never mind, I take that back. No, I keep my word to that. It is still quite tight to open, and it is really difficult to open still. So they're using, I don't know, better plastic, cheaper plastic, I don't know. But, no, it's more of, along those lines of cheaper plastic. I have no idea. As you can see here, we have the Endo series FNAF 1 Bonnie and FNAF 2 Withered Bonnie. I have Withered Bonnie built already, and this is just the same, it's just with a little bit more different stuff. My Bonnie has a little dirt mark on him, so it's not. Oh, and it's just dust. Never mind. It's dust. We're fine. It literally faded right off, or dirt. It literally faded right off. But yeah. So I'm gonna move Withered Bonnie into a bag, and I'm gonna get the Endoskeleton out right now. Put Withered Bonnie, actually put his parts right here. Yeah, get Bonnie's parts to the side a little bit, just so I can have the review for the Endoskeleton. Sorry if you hear me whispering, but yeah. And now let's get into the Endo. Then we'll move on to Endo, Bonnie, then Withered Bonnie. Now let's get to it. Alright, to start off with the Endo's articulation, and we'll go into details and go from there. So the Endo's articulation, you have drop down hips. You can move his legs side to side, I guess. I don't know. No, it's on a ball joint, so you have full 360 leg rotation if you want to. You have a little divot on the leg where you can bend the leg. And you can bend the foot backward. Oh, you can't even see it. But yeah, you can bend the leg backwards a full 90 degrees. You can lift up his foot. Oh wait, that popped off. Dang it. As I was stating, oh, this one's really loose. Good thing I'm building Bonnie, but yeah. You have his hinge. But like my foot's broken on mine, but you can like, you know, bend it, or it's tight, one of those two. But yeah, you can bend this little joint right here. It can like bend multiple different angles. You can bend it forwards, backwards, etc. I'll be making this into Bonnie, so like the whole like joints really won't matter that much. But it will matter if these are like on right. There we go. I think no, that's backwards. There we go. Endo foot, and that's practically the same on the opposite side too. You have a little ball joint at the torso. You have a ball joint at the torso. I'm an amateur at this. Cut me some slack. You have like you can lift his arm that much, up this much down. You have a full 360 pivot. His head can twist full 360. His arm has a bend at the elbow, a like I don't know, like a 95 degree at the bend of the elbow. And same thing on the opposite side. You have a little swivel right there as well. And the hands you can push forward, back, and you can swivel it as well. And yeah, that's it for Endo. I'm gonna be right back and build Bonnie. Then I might build Bonnie on camera just for this video, and I will go from there. Alright, here's the update with the OG Bonnie. He's almost done. I just gotta like get his last bit of parts on. I have gotten the arms, the legs, and the feet and the hands on. I just gotta get the last part of him, which isn't that hard. And this is probably on backwards. I have no idea. Probably. Or got hooked in wrong. No, it's right. Okay. This wasn't plugged in all the way, I think. Yeah, it wasn't plugged in all the way. Alright. So yeah. That is Bonnie so far. We're going to cut back when this is almost done. Or I can just actually... Just to give you the building experience, I'm just going to... Oh, I did forget to mention you do get some instruction manual. You did get an instruction manual for the Endo series per character. So here's Classic Bonnie. You have Endoskeleton, the parts to put on the Endo, and it's Bonnie. You have Withered Bonnie. Take off the Endo arm, and take off the Endo arm and eyes. Put that all together. And you got Withered Bonnie, UK, Canada, which it ain't even in the UK. I know it's in Canada in some places. No, this is in the UK, but yeah. But yeah, I think that's basically it. Let's move on to the actual endos now. Alright, now Bonnie's articulation, it's really simple. It's really hindered. You just get the same articulation as you do with the other guys. You gotta close the mouth in order to make them have a full 360 head rotation. Your arms can just only swivel now. You got a very big hindrance in here with the shoulder pad. You can barely bend it. You do get some rotation at the wrist, but that's about it. His hands are really small compared to the actual figure. I will say that much. He is like very hindered compared to the original Endoskeleton. I know these are animatronics, they're not supposed to be like that, but yeah. Then the legs, drop down hips, obviously. You can put them in a sitting position if you want to. But I'm not going to do that. He's an animatronic, he's going to be standing up. But yeah, you have a bend at the knee. Have a little hip, no, not hip. Feet articulation going up and down and swiveling. All 360. Practically on a ball joint. And yeah, that's it for Bonnie. Let's move on to Bonnie. That's it for Bonnie. Let's move on to... Alright, now with details with Bonnie, he's very simple. You just got the light lavender on his belly. And move this up. Move that up. Red bow tie. You do have some divots in here for the endoskeleton, not the endoskeleton, for the shell to put on the endo. This is essential for, like, you know, keeping this guy built. You have his red eyes. His black nose, his light lavender, all his white teeth painted on. You have his endoskeleton jaw in there. A little hard to see, but it is in there. You can close and open the jaw. I forgot to mention that, but you can close and open it. His ears actually have metallic painting on them. I don't know if it's a newer iteration or not, but yeah, his ears have metallic painting. My hands are in incredibly pain. I'm gonna have to review this after go through my ratings on the like building process after this, but yeah. I mean, so far, fantastic figure. I would say the building process is a little bit tedious and a little bit painful. But I would say the figure overall, you know, like overall design-wise, complexity-wise, and stuff like that, it's pretty good. I'd say it's pretty good, but like it hurts to build. I will say that. But yeah, before I enter Withered Bonnie, we have the, you know, you do have his like silver around his eyes, black nose, white teeth. Light lavenderish blue inside the ears, metallic and metallic sections in between. I'm gonna look at the other Bonnie and see which one has the, you know. Alright, so I was looking at my extra pieces, and yeah, both my Withered Bonnie, both my OG Bonnies have that. Okay, so all my Bonnies have the accurate, you know, endoskeleton detailing in there. I thought they didn't, so I guess that's a Mandela effect. Alrighty, how would I rate Bonnie out of 10? Honestly, for Bonnie himself, the Bonnie Endo series, the Bonnie from himself, he was such a pain to build. I don't know if it's because it's a newer iteration, or it's because it's like an older mold, harder to use. I have no idea. But I'm going to have to give his whole building process a 2 out of 10. That thing is pain in the butt. It made my thumb and fingers red. As you can see here, it's a lot more red than usual. More red over here. That's red. This is red. My whole hand's basically red from building this, for the most part. And yeah, so I will say the good thing is you didn't have to take out the eyes. The eyes on Withered Bonnie were taking him out was a nightmare. I will get to Withered Bonnie now before we start rambling on to Withered Bonnie. Alright, now Withered Bonnie here, I do have his world up, but I'm not going to compare them because they're not out of box yet. But yeah, you have withering on the suit. You have all the holes indented on. Most of the holes indented on, actually. You just have a block of wires on the right side. You do have some silver on his lower calf area. Then going into his torso, as you can see here, you have his red bow tie, 2 black buttons, more weathering. Then on the back of his arm, you actually do have some weathering on it too as well. It's not just plain. You do have some weathering on the back. And you do have some more, you know, weathering and texturing damage on his suit on the back. Not enough of much to go over. I will say, the highest inaccuracy about this guy, I know this is wave 1. You can't really fault it that much. It's just wave 1 stuff. Because, like, they were going to make FNAF 1 and FNAF 2 at the same time. So, basically, might as well just keep it at FNAF FNAF 1 Endo save money. But I will say, this should not be a FNAF 1 Endo. It should have a FNAF 2 Endo. Because like these FNAF 2 Endos have more along the lines of, different head shapes and stuff like that. But, he gets a point across to a decent extent. He does not have his upper jaw. I will say that. He should not have his upper jaw. But it does look a little freaky with him having it. But yeah. Mine has a loose jaw, unfortunately. I'm not rebuilding this either. But yeah. Articulation is practically the same as all the others, honestly. All the other Endo series. You just have a little bit less, considering you have his whole, arm socket in here. Completely taken out for this. Then for his Endoskeleton, you have white teeth. Pretty simple, honestly. I don't know if I mentioned that with the other Endo. White teeth. There's really nothing much to go over. I do like the silver Endo. I do like that a lot. I do like how he put some little bit gray texturing for his face mask. But other than that, that's practically it, honestly. There's really nothing much to go over on him. Let's get on to ratings. Alright, so how to rate these guys out of 10? Honestly, as a 2-pack, I would say it's probably like a 7 out of 10. Being generous, Withered Bonnie's highly inaccurate with his whole Endo shape for the most part. Mainly on his face, that kind of hinders everything on this, basically. FNAF 1 Bonnie, it's basically spot on. He's perfectly fine. There's nothing much to go over on FNAF 1 Bonnie. I would say he should have had his guitar. But other than that, because you're paying like 30 to 40 bucks for these things, add the accessories. Add the freaking accessories. Because you're paying 40 bucks, 30 to 40 bucks nowadays for these. Just add the accessories. For 15 bucks or like 15 bucks for one fig. You can only make one at a time. So I would say choose your favorite character at that point. And yeah. Overall, for building process, 2 out of 10. I mentioned this before. It's very hard. It's very tedious and very painful to put it on. Like, my thumb is still reddish from, whole, see that one is, fine. This one's more red. Yeah, that was a pain in the ass to build. I will say that as a fact. That was a pain in the butt to build. But yeah, alongside that, the club of wires is a little bit, unfortunate. I understand that's the best they could do at the moment, but they could have just made it, rubbery, multiple strands of rubbery wire. Did what they did for World of Withered Chica in the later releases. But yeah, as a Wave 1, this is alright. It's not the best. It could be a lot better. Bonnie looks fantastic. Withered Bonnie's more on the mid side, unfortunately. But yeah, overall, these two together, I would definitely recommend buying them. Because mainly these guys are going to go out pretty soon. And Bonnie's my favorite character, so that's why I bought them. I bought 2. This guy took forever to get, honestly, because he kept going in and out of stock. And the first Bonnie I got at Walmart. Second Bonnie I got from GameStop. And yeah, overall, I think that's basically it. Let's wrap up the video. Alrighty, everyone, that's it for this video here today. I'm losing my voice, sorry about that. So thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time, and yeah, bye.